Hi guys, welcome back. Week 8, Yoga Mondays. Good to have you. My name's Angie. If you're new to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe and also hit the little bell thing so you get notified when we post a new video, which is certainly every Monday. And then sometimes we sprinkle a couple in between. This flow is focusing on very low and slow, chilled out moves. It's a fantastic flow for when you're just getting going in the morning and the bones are a little bit creaky, or for at the end of the day when you're just looking to bring it down a notch. And yeah, I really enjoyed pulling it together and I hope you have fun working through it. We'll see you soon. So let's go ahead and get started. You might like to start seated and just find a nice comfy place that's nice for your hips. If you have a block, you can always go ahead, pop it underneath your bum, get a little bit more elevation, just creates a little bit more space for your hips. Otherwise, if you prefer, just come on down to your back. Feet together, knees falling out to the side, or legs nice and long, whichever you prefer. What we're going for here is just a nice chilled out starting position where you can really come into your body and get nice and cozy. So starting by closing down our eyes and placing our hands wherever feels nice. Maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. If you'd like to open up your shoulders some more, if you've had a big day at the computer, you can pop them above your head, your arms above your head, gripping opposite elbows with opposite hands. And then let's begin by taking some really nice, deep, deliberate breaths in through our nostrils. So breathing on in, filling up our bellies, our lungs, holding at the top, and then gently releasing back out through our nostrils. Just keep going at your own pace. Nice deep inhales. Full exhales. Thinking about where we can relax our bodies. Maybe our foreheads are holding a little bit of tension and we just need to let it go. Maybe our jaws, you can give them a little wiggle. Make sure they're not clenched. Always our shoulders, I feel like, can be released a little bit more. And just starting to consider what's going on inside. Non-judgmentally, with a kind, open mind. There's some anxious energy running around, just name it. Say, oh, that's what we're working with. Feels a little bit crazy inside. That's okay. Energy comes and energy goes, just like our emotions. Let's take one more deep, full body breath, filling everything on up. And then releasing, letting it go. Just slowly blinking open our eyes. And wherever you are, if you're on your bums, just make your way down onto your back. And if you're on your back, stay where you are. We're gonna bring our knees up into our chest, either together or apart, and just have a little rock side to side. Maybe some circles with those knees. Keeping our lower back flat on the mat. And then we're going to extend our right leg long onto the mat. Inhale our left heel high, gripping behind our knee or our thigh, wherever you can reach. Toes towards our shins on both legs. And on your inhale, reach that heel nice and high up to the sky. And on your exhale, see if you can pull your leg a little bit closer to your nose. So moving with your breath, allowing it to guide your movements. One more deep inhale. Full exhale. Now let's swap out our legs with control. Inhaling right heel high. Exhale, pulling that leg a little bit closer. Now we never want to force our bodies in any direction, so just allowing our bodies to open nice and slowly. We're at the beginning of our practice, so just be kind. No sudden jerky movements. Just flowing with our breath. Last deep inhale, reaching that heel high. Full exhale. Nice. Now we're going to bring the left knee up into our chest to meet the right and reach both feet up into the sky, gripping behind our knees. We're just going to point our toes and then flex them towards our shins. And then point, flex, point, and flex. Nice, guys. Now knees to chest, hands out like a T, palms up. We're gonna drop our knees over to the left-hand side as close to our armpits as possible. Might feel nice to place your left hand on the outside of that right knee. So eye gaze is wherever is good for the neck, maybe up at the ceiling, maybe over at your right hand. When you're ready, let's come to center and then dropping our knees over towards our right armpit. And again, maybe our right hand connects to the outside of that left leg. And when we inhale, we find some length in our spine. And on the exhale, pressing the knee into our hand and our hand into the knee. Nice. Now coming back to center. Let's grip behind those knees and just gently rock and roll 3 or 4 times up the length of your spine. And on your last rock, get a little bit of momentum, come on up into our boat pose. So knees bent, feet as wide as our hips, spine's nice and tall, crown of the head reaching towards the sky, sternum's, chest's nice and broad. Popping our hands either up by our knees or down next to our bums, wherever feels best for you. And if you'd like to play around a little bit with your feet, you can go ahead and take 1, maybe 2 off the mats. And we're just gonna pulse for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Nice, releasing our feet back down to the mat. And then coming into our reverse tabletop. So hands by our bums, just behind them, fingers towards our toes, feet as wide as our hips, really strong legs and arms here. So pressing in through the mat, rising on up, lifting our pelvis up to the sky. We're only here for a couple of breaths, so just feeling into it. Maybe a little rock forward and back might feel nice for those wrists. And then very gently releasing down, bum between our hands, feet out straight, pressing into the earth along our sides, and seeing if we can lift our tails up off the earth, just a centimeter or so, and reach our nose towards our toes. So nice long straight spine. Releasing back down. We're gonna do that twice more. So tabletop, inhaling, pelvis up to the sky. Exhale, sitting between our hands, extending feet. Inhale, reaching our nose towards our toes. And you might want to mess around here and see if you can lift your right foot up off the mat. Maybe your left foot, and releasing. Last time. Inhaling on up. Exhale down. Pressing into the mat, lifting our bums. And playing around here if that felt okay for you. Maybe right, maybe left. And settling down. Nice, guys. Just popping our feet as wide as our mat, knees bent. Windshield wipers to the left and to the right. Do that twice more. So just gently allowing your knees to drop over to the side. This is a nice little lower back release. And then coming back to center, we're going to straighten our left leg, bring our right foot into our left thigh, and square our hips off with our right knee. And then we're gonna pop our left arm on the inside of our left leg, turn our sternums to the right, and inhale our right arm up and over and towards our left toes. You should be getting a really nice stretch up the right side body here. Thinking about pressing your left arm into your thigh so you can like lever your right arm, your right shoulder back, and start to shine your heart more towards the wall. Last deep inhale, full exhale. Nice. Let's go ahead and swap sides. So right foot, right leg out straight. Left foot into right groin. Squaring our hips with that left knee. Right arm inside of right leg. And then inhaling, left arm up and over. Really pulling that left shoulder back. Breathing here. One more deep inhale. Full exhale. Beautiful. Let's release that one. And now we're going to come into our wide-legged fold. So pop our legs as wide as they'll go. Feet flex towards our shins. And there's options here. If you do have a block, it can feel nice to just pop it underneath your bum, get some height. If not, Just go with whatever you have. Maybe a pillow, maybe nothing at all. And you can stay nice and tall, coming to the tops of your fingertips, and just stay right here and enjoy a really nice opening of your inner thighs. If it's in your practice and it feels good to you, you can always start to walk those fingertips more forward. And depending on how open your hips are, you might be able to get your forearms to the earth. That's not me today. So I'm going to stick with a nice straight spine. I went for a run this morning for the first time since Christmas. So feeling a little stiff. Just bear with me. Breathing into this. Nice. And then transferring our weight to our bums, gripping behind our knees, pulling them on in. And we're going to come into our butterfly. So soles of the feet together. If it's a bit much having your heels so close to your groin, you can walk them out in front and create more of a diamond shape. Wherever you are, popping your elbows into your knee creases. Inhaling, finding some length, grounding your sit bones, and then exhaling, allowing your heart to drop forward and pressing your elbows into your knees and your knees back into your elbows. And on your inhales, maybe we find a little bit more length in that spine and release our legs up a little bit. And then on the exhales, maybe we deepen even more. Really good. Let's come on up. And from here, just crossing our ankles, rolling on over onto our knees, tucking those back toes if that feels okay for you. If it's a bit intense, you can leave them untucked, whichever you prefer. Settling on back, and with strength, we're going to inhale our hands on up to the sky. Maybe we look up, pressing our pelvises forward, and then exhale. Hands beside our knees, forehead to the earth. Let's do that twice more. Inhaling on up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, reaching high. Exhale, forward fold. Now let's inhale one more time, coming on up. And then exhaling, we're gonna pop our hands behind our backs. I'm just gonna turn around so you can see what's going on here. Either placing your hands so your pinky fingers are touching and your fingertips are facing down, and really thinking about broadening your shoulders and pulling them down and away from your ears and trying to connect your elbows. They'll never get there, but it's just a little ambitious. Nice. Breathing here, staying nice and tall. Maybe we even look up. Maybe even a little bit of a drop back is in our practice, where we allow ourselves to drop back towards our heels, keeping our pelvis pressing forward, nice strong bellies, and then coming back up. Nice. Now, if it feels okay for you, maybe we swap our hands around. So we place our fingers so they're facing upwards and our palms are down. Same sensation here. So pulling our elbows as close to each other as possible, shoulders up and back. Maybe we drop back. back on up. Nice. Let's release those toes, release those hands. Just have a seat onto our heels, interlacing our fingers, little figure 8. Give those wrists a little release. Good stuff. And then from here, we're just going to settle onto our right hip. And we're going to swing our left leg around. So it's just resting next to our right thigh. I'll just scoot so you can see. Bringing that left knee as close into our chest as possible, finding some nice length. Either staying right here, or maybe your right hand comes behind your back and we inhale, left hand high. Exhale, connect left elbow to left knee. And we start to move our eye gaze over the right shoulder. So on your inhales, finding more length in that spine. On the exhale, seeing if we can move into the space we've created. Nice. Coming back to center, hands to the other side. Just a little bit of a counter twist. And then let's swap our feet around. Hugging that right knee in this time. And again, staying right here if that feels good, if you're getting enough of a stretch up the outside of that right thigh. Or if it feels better, popping our left hand behind us. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale, right elbow to right knee. And just start to seek out a little bit more movement in that spine by looking over the left shoulder. Nice, guys. Little counter twist to the other side. Unwinding those legs. And then starting to make our way onto our back. So bringing our knees back up to our chest, little rock side to side. Nice. And then from here, let's just do a modified bridge pose to wrap up our practice. So feet as wide as our hips. Hands along our sides, palms down, with strength, one vertebra at a time, inhaling our pelvis up to the sky. Eye gaze stays straight up. We don't want to move our head left or right in this pose. And then exhale, slowly back on down. Let's do that twice more. Inhaling on up. Exhale, releasing. There's always options here to inhale your arms up when your hips come up, reaching them on back. And exhale, down. Nice. Let's come into our windshield wipers on our back. So feet as wide as the mat. Hands above our heads, if that feels okay for your shoulders. Gripping opposite elbows with opposite hands. And just gently allowing our knees to drop to the left. Inhaling to center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhaling left. Inhaling center. Nice, releasing those arms, reaching our legs long. Shavasana, our final resting pose. So just taking up some space here, letting the body fall open however it may fall. Maybe your hands are palms up along your sides. on your belly, one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Just go wherever your body feels best. Breathing nice and deeply in through those nostrils and back out through the nostrils. Reflecting on how grateful we are that we can move like we do. Even if we show up a little bit stiff some days, not a problem. We just give it our best and accept what we're working with. And I invite you to consider sending some gratitude to your hearts for prioritizing your physical and mental health. I know it's not easy to do some days, but I don't think anyone has ever said, I regret that yoga session. So good on you for showing up. Now let's take one final deep inhale, lengthening those toes forward. Inhaling our hands up above our head. Full release, parting our lips this time and letting it go. And then bending our knees. And then gently rolling over to whichever side you prefer, using your underarm as a little pillow, keeping our eyes still closed down, and then gently using our arms to press ourselves up into a comfortable seated position, placing our hands on our knees or cupped in our laps, perhaps at our heart center, giving our shoulders a roll up by our ears and down our spine. Maybe a couple of times. And then let's seal our practice by taking a really nice deep full belly inhale, filling everything up, parting our lips and letting it go. Such a pleasure practicing with you guys. Namaste. Really nice job working through that flow. I hope that it prepared you to either crawl into bed or to kickstart your day. One of the two. So I'm super enjoying starting this channel. It's growing little by little, but it's super helpful if you hit the little thumbs up thing. It just helps the effort grow a little bit quicker. Also, if you didn't know, we post to Facebook. The link is just in the little notes under this video somewhere. We post a couple times a week. The content is all oriented towards yoga, wellness, all things good for the world. So you might like what you see there if you like what you see here. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time.